guys, welcome back to my channel. Simone here. So today I'm going to be filming the second stand up to the TBR video, and I'm really excited about this. I shall link the first one below if you haven't already seen it. You should definitely check that one out. But basically I am going back through my Goodreads to read shelf, and I'm starting at the very top, and I'm going to do 10 books per video, and I'm going to decide whether I want to keep them on my shelves or not, and then basically I'm either going to read them or I'm going to borrow them from the library if I don't have them here, or buy them depending, and then I shall do like a quick wrap up of them and let you know what I thought, and then start again. So I think the last one I did was in November. Now I know I said I was going to try and do them regularly, but to be honest I've only just read this in January. I've only just finished reading the last book from that lot, so I think I'm just going to do them as and when I finish reading them. But I thought I would quickly do some stats based on the last one, so if you don't want to be spoiled for the books I talked about last time, like I said, go and watch that one first and then come back. But out of the first 10 I decided to keep 7 of them on my TBR, and I actually DNF'd one of those books, which was A Tale for the Time Being by Ruth Ozeki, so I didn't read that one, and I've taken that one now off of my TBR because I don't want to read it in the future. I'm just going to look down at my laptop because it tells me what I did. So in November I read Truth Witch, the first book in the Witchlands series, I don't know how many's in it, by Susan Dennard, and I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I'm not going to go too much into them. I will link the wrap-ups, that's why I'm telling you when I read them. I shall link the wrap-ups below so that you can watch those to hear more of my thoughts, but I shall give you a quick little star rating. Then in December I read Spectacles by Sue Perkins and gave that a 5 out of 5 stars. The Infection by Craig DeLuey, which I gave a 3 out of 5 stars. And Passenger by Alexandra Bracken, which I gave a 4 out of 5 stars also. And then in January I read Gone by Michael Grant, which I gave a 5 out of 5 stars, and Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli, which I gave a 4 out of 5 stars. So actually I did really well. I think I gave them all 4s and 5s apart from one which I gave a 3, which I don't think is a bad rating at all. So yeah, that is the first 10 wrapped up. So now let's get on to the next 10. So the first book on the list this time is actually a book that I own, and I think there might be a few of these on here, although I haven't really looked, but I've sort of browsed generally. And so the first one is Ashley Bell, The Girl Who Said No to Death by Dean Koontz. Now I'm really excited because I've never read a Dean Koontz book before, and I've heard so many great things, and this is quite a massive book though. I think it's 650 pages, so that's quite exciting. Yeah, I don't know anything about this book. Let's have a quick look. So if I read it to you, because I don't know. It says, the only girl who can save her has no idea who she is. Bibi Blair is a fierce, funny, dauntless young woman whose doctor says she has 1 year to live. She replies, we'll see. Her sudden recovery is a medical miracle. An enigmatic woman convinces Bibi that she escaped death so that she can save someone else, someone named Ashley Bell. But who is Ashley Bell, and what exactly does she need saving from? Bibi's obsession with finding Ashley sends her on the run from threats both mystical and worldly, including a rich and charismatic cult leader with terrifying ambitions. This sounds really interesting. Right up my street. This cover is also terrifying, and yeah, I'm really excited to read this one. So I'm definitely keeping that one on my TBR, and this is going to go in a little pile up here, so I know that I need to read them really soon. The next one is a short story collection called Mendacities by an author named Alex Beatty, who I've not actually heard anything about before, and it's about like ghost stories and untruths and things. Now I'm going to be honest with you, I'm going to take this off my TBR. I don't have very good luck with short stories, and to be honest I can't really be bothered to try and read more at the minute. Like, I'm not in the right space for it, so I'm going to take this one off my TBR. So the next one, number 3, is the reason why I love doing this stand up to the TBR challenge, because I've had this book on my shelf probably now for 2 years, it must be, and on Goodreads maybe even longer, and I really want to read it, so I'm excited that it's come up on this because now I kind of have no reason not to. And this one is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. I don't know that much about this. I know it's about children with a kind of specific powers, so I think it's about a orphanage, like an abandoned orphanage on an island, where these children all kind of go to this school, and a young boy goes there after his grandfather's death, I think, and is trying to kind of find out, like, and he kind of meets them all and he doesn't understand that they have all these powers and things. I don't know much about it really other than that. I've heard lots of great things about it. I know Jessie the reader loves this series, and like I said, I've had this book on my shelf for ages and I just haven't read it, so I'm really glad that this series, the Stand Up to the TBR, is really making me read books that I love, so, or like that I'm excited to read, should I say. So yeah, I'm really excited. Also, this one has like pictures and stuff in. Obviously now I can't find one. Come on, let's find a picture. Here we go. It's got like pictures inside. I think, if I remember rightly, the pictures are real life pictures that were found, and then the story's kind of been written around like the creepy vibes of the stories and stuff, so I'm very excited. Like I said, really glad, and this is staying on my TBR. Number 4 is the first in a new series, and although I don't really want to start loads of new series, I think that this sort of challenge will make me kind of read older series as well, so hopefully that's fine. And this one is Splintered by A.G. Howard. This is the first book in the Splintered trilogy, I believe, and this is an Alice in Wonderland retelling, which I don't think I've read. I've got Heartless by Marissa Meyer to read, but that's like a prequel, I think, not a retelling, so I'm very excited to pick this one up. I definitely am going to keep it on my TBR. I actually watched an interview with A.G. Howard with Witty Novels. I think it was from like 2016, but I only just really recently watched it. She was talking about her new like Phantom of the Opera book, Roseblood I think it's called, and I really want to read that one too, but I definitely got excited when she was talking about Splintered. So this one hopefully I love, and I'm going to keep it on my TBR and hopefully get it from the library or buy it myself. So number 5 is The Dark Angel by Meredith Ann Pierce, and this is the first in the Dark Angel trilogy. I'm keeping an eye on my Goodreads is up here so I can like read out and stuff and know what I'm talking about. I'm actually not going to keep this on my TBR. This follows a girl who is taken in by this like old vampire and is one of like 13 of his wives. And to be honest, I do enjoy vampire novels, but I don't really think this sounds like my kind of thing. Like, it's very oldie worldy, I'm guessing, and I don't know, there's just something about it that just doesn't really appeal to me, so I'm going to get rid of it. Number 6 is The Book of Speculation by Erica Swyler. This is a historical fiction novel about a librarian who lives alone after his parents have all died, and he gets sent a book that has been inscribed with his grandmother's name, and he then has to try and decide what this means for his family and kind of work out what this book has got to do with his life, really. And I'm going to keep this on here. It's got librarians, it's a historical fiction. I mean, I'm very excited about it. It's not one that was on my immediate radar. Obviously I put this on here ages ago, but I'm actually really excited and I hope that I really like this one. So the next one is a book called First and Then by Emma Mills. Now, I've heard something about this, and I feel like when I heard someone talk about this, they didn't like it. I can't actually remember, but this is meant to be a contemporary novel. It's described as Pride and Prejudice meets Friday Night Lights, which I don't know what Friday Night Lights is, but I like Pride and Prejudice. And it's supposed to be about falling in love with an unexpected person, and I don't know how I feel about this. I'm not sure whether to read it or not. I'm going to give it a go. I think that, you know, I can always DNF it if I don't like it, but yeah, I will endeavour to read this book, I think, for now. You never know, it might completely surprise me and it might be my favourite book of the lot. So number 8 is actually another one I own, which is really cool that I've got 3 in this that I actually own, so I can actually get rid of books off my shelf too once I've read them, so that's amazing. And this one is The Rosie Project by Graham Simpson. I've heard good things about this, but I've also heard that the second one's not as good. Also, I think the film is supposed to be better. I think I've seen the film, I'm just not sure. But I'm really excited for this one. I should just read the back to you quickly. It says, "Love isn't an exact science, but no one told Don Tillman. A handsome 39-year-old geneticist, Don's never had a second date, so he devises the Wife Project, a scientific test to find the perfect partner. Enter Rosie, the world's most incompatible woman, throwing Don's safe, ordered life into chaos. Just what is this unsettling alien emotion he's feeling?" Yeah, I haven't seen the film. Definitely not. I'm interested. I'm going to read this. I think I will like it. Well, I hope I do. And if not, that's another one not on my shelf. The penultimate one is a book called Girl in the Red Hood, and this is by Brittany Fichter, I believe. This is kind of like a Red Riding Hood thing, but as far as I can tell, this is a novella, and it's the 4th one in a series, I think. So I'm not going to read this. I don't really read short stories again, like I said. It's just not really for me, so I'm not going to be reading this one, and I'm taking it off my TBR. The next one I'm not like the last one, I'm not reading the synopsis for because I know how much I'm really looking forward to reading it, and that is Go Set a Watchman by Harper Lee. I read To Kill a Mockingbird quite a long time ago, but I loved it. It's one of my favourite books, and I really wanted to read the next one, and I'm really excited to be given an opportunity to be able to do that, and to have to do it. And you know, I have to do it now because this is my stand up to the TBR, so I'm really excited about that. I hope that you like this video, guys. So out of the 10 books that I have, the next 10 on my TBR list, I've got rid of 3, so again this is 7, same as last time. I actually owned 3 of them this time. I didn't own any of them last time, so that's really exciting. So there's 4 I need to either get from the library or buy them if the library doesn't have them. I'm really excited about this series. I'm really enjoying it, and I feel like it's really making me read books that I wouldn't necessarily have picked off my shelves yet, or I just wouldn't have ordered from the library. So it's very exciting for me. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I shall see you next time, guys. Bye!